Any sensitive, sane person feel the pain of others and the happiness of others too. If someone is sharing their life experience of either misery or of gratefulness, you will see everyone else also. Something touches in everybody's heart. They start crying. Tears start rolling in their eyes too. The entertainment industry knows this very well. And they make it with all special effects. Play certain music and the entire, everybody starts laughing or crying. There is no barrier in emotion. Similarly, there is no barrier when you step beyond the ego. See beyond the ego. I am here again telling you, don't have to dismiss the ego. Get rid of ego. If ego is there, let it be there. Ego will remain there in either one of the form, sattvic, rajasic or tamasic. It is the sattvic ego through which you can see this. When the sattvic ego means the ego where there is no hatred or aversion towards anyone. Again, this is catch-22 type of situation. Once you have the glimpse of yourself as part of everybody, self, or you are part of the whole, then what happens? That the aversion disappears, hatred disappears. And when the hatred disappears, you are able to see the oneness in everybody. Either way is possible.
Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhudvijanatah tatra ko mohakah shoka ekatvam manupashyatah saparyagat shukramakayam avranamasnaviragam shuddhamapapa viddham kavirmanishi paribhuhu swayam bhuryatha tathyatorthan vyadadhad shashvatibhyas samabhyah.
This question has been haunting mankind, especially in the Occident, for a long time. We say God is all permeating. If He is all permeating, why wrong things are happening? Why misery? If God is bliss, then why there is sorrow? Why there is Satan? If God is all permeating, where is the place for Satan? If God is all permeating, then there is no place for Satan. Either he is in Satan or Satan does not exist. If Satan exists, then God cannot be all permeating. You can say God permeates except in Satan. If God is omniscient, omnipotent, these are the three identification or qualification of God: omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. The presence or existence of Satan disqualifies God of all the three. He can't be omniscient because somebody is more potent than him or has equal potency, so he is not omniscient, omnipotent. And if he is omniscient, why would he even allow Satan to function when he is functioning? These philosophical questions have arisen and there has been no answer found for them. For centuries, debates have happened in the Occident. In Orient, they have found a solution for it. They found one level below the God. There they have placed both the angels and the demons. Yeah, this is an area of duality, you can keep fighting. But when you go to God's level or the Brahman level, there is only one thing, it is all permeating. There is no dual. There is no challenge for God. There is no other for God. How is Brahman? Brahman and the world. What is the relation between this world and Brahman? The best example could be a spider. A spider from its own saliva has created a web. The saliva is also from the spider only. Spider does not take any external material. From its own saliva, it creates a web and remains in the web. So for its own entertainment, the divinity created the duality. Like the director who creates a villain and a hero and enjoys. This is the essence of it. So now the director is free from the afflictions of an opposite. Affliction of the villain. So again this duality is concerned. It's only relative. So the relative and then going back from there to the absolute. And both have significance. And the Brahman is without a form. There is a difference from Brahman and Brahma. Brahma is a personified Brahman. Brahman is the cosmic existence. While Brahman is complete, Brahma has a limited role. Brahma is a Devata. Brahman is Atma, the Paramatma, the Self. And the Self has no form, yet it lives in all the forms. Like it is farther than the farthest and closer than the nearer than the nearest. Brahman is also formless, yet it is the cause of all the forms. So, they have described how the Brahman is pure and blemishless. Like the space cannot be polluted. You can pollute everything else. Space doesn't move, yet in space everything moves. Suppose you take a pot, a mud pot, and crush it. A mud ball has no value. But when the mud pot has a space inside it, the mud ball has a space inside it, becomes a pot, it has value. You pay 5 rupees, 10 rupees, whatever, $1 to buy a mud pot. What are you paying for? The mud or the space inside it? What are you paying for? Are you paying for the space? Why should you pay for the space? Why should you pay for the space? Space is available everywhere. There you get the point. You know, when you move the mud part, does the space also move? See, in this place I keep a mud pot. Is there any pot around here? An empty vessel I keep here. And the space inside the vessel is what is important, right? The space inside the vessel. That gives the value to it. Now when I move this pot from this side to this side, has the space changed? Yes. If you say yes, I will say no. If you say no, I will say yes. When you move this, the space is there, it's moving in the space. The space has changed, yes, and it has not changed. It's the same amount of space inside that. These are the higher mathematics, higher knowledge, where it is not, neither yes or no, but both together. Yes, no. If your paradigm shift has not happened to think in this direction, you cannot understand this. Because we are conditioned to think only yes or no, black or white. In Atma Gyan, self-knowledge, you need a different mode of operandi. A different way you are able to say yes and no at the same time. Because you are dwelling on a level which is beyond logic, beyond intellect, beyond ego. What happens in that? That space is not afflicted by any action. Similarly, you are free from karma. Karma is action. There are three types of karma. One is the potential karma, that is the tendency in you that will make you act in the future. This is potential karma. Another is the action that is happening now. This is also karma. The third thing is the action which has happened, which has left an impression on you, is also karma. The impression of action, and the potential action, all three are called karma. Often people don't make this distinction. They get so caught up in this karma thing. Oh, karma, karma. In India, we say it's my karma, means so it's inevitable. I had to bear it, so they say this is my karma. Something that is unavoidable, you think this is the karma. No, karma is action which is potential, which is present, you are acting on it. Third is an impression of action or effect of an action is also. A glimpse of this dimension which is beyond space frees you from karma. And then this has come into your life sometime or other, this experience, wherein you are saying things which you didn't want to say, but you are watching what you are saying helplessly. How many of you have done this? You got upset, or you say things which you didn't want to say, but you kept saying it, right? How many of you? Please raise your hand. And sometime or other in your life you have experienced that you are watching, witnessing whatever is happening. It may be a fleeting second. If you have some time, if you happen to go to a jail, just to visit and speak to the people there, you will be amazed to find all of them say that we didn't do anything wrong. Once I was in the largest jail here in India, of course, to give a talk there. And I asked people there, how many of you have really committed any crime? Not one hand rose up. I looked to the jailer who was sitting next to me. They say they are all innocent. He said, that's what they all say. It is not true. He was telling me, it's not true. I told him, look, let us confess. Let us see what really you tell me if you have done some crime. How many of you done the crime? Nobody. They all claim to be innocent. This is true because the Atman, the self, always feels it is innocent. It is unafflicted by the crime. It's not the doer. And the self inside you always feels that you are young. Especially people by 50s and 60s, you feel children have grown up, but I'm quite young. Yeah, what do you mean? Nobody feels that they're grown old. Why? The self does not age. Self is pure. That's why even the worst criminal will say, it just happened. I didn't know how it happened. Whatever happened, happened. I was not in control. The moment you become aware, you know you're not the doer. Whether it is a good act or the worst act. People who have done
哇，我先停在这里。就是假如你是这个戏剧的这个导演，这个前面就说的坏人呢，或是英雄呢，他不困扰你，这个好坏不困扰你，因为你会知道他们都是在呈现某一个东西，所以这个呢，但是假如你是那个好人，或是你是这个坏人，这个东西呢就会影响到你，就是你就会陷在这个里面。但是你在这个导演，你是这个导演在看这个编这个剧，或是你在看这个剧，你会知道，就是它的发生呢是是必然的，就是它是在这个状况下就是运作，它只是在这个就是看起来是对立，可是事实上呢，它只是这元素里面就是它也是圆满的，就是它只是为了呈现这个神性。好，这个对，我们明天继续看这个对。
谢谢老师，
谢
谢老师，
谢谢老师。
好，结束喽，好，拜拜，祝福大家。